El Beard de Gold. A king had a beautiful garden, y in that garden was a tree que grew apples made of gold. El king always counted these apples, but when ellas were ready to eat, él found que one was stolen every night. El king was very angry, so él told the gardener to stay under el tree all night y watchlo. El gardener told his oldest son to watch el tree, but el boy fell asleep a la midnight, y a la next morning another apple was gone. Then the second son was told to watch, but él also fell asleep a la midnight, y en la morning another apple was missing. Then el third son asked to watch el tree. At first, el gardener said no, because él was afraid his son might be hurt. But finally él said yes, y el young man lay down under el tree to watch. When el clock struck 12, el son heard a sound in el air y saw a bird made of pure gold flying toward él. As el bird tried to take an apple with its beak, el son jumped up y shot an arrow a él. La arrow did not hurt the bird, but one golden feather fell de its tail as el bird flew away. En la morning, el son took la golden feather to el king, y el king called all his wise men together. Everyone said la feather was worth more que all el money in la land, but el king said, "One feather is not enough for me. I want el whole beard." El gardener's oldest son fue to look for el beard y thought él would findlo easily. After walking a short way, él saw a fox sitting near a forest, so él took his bow to shoot it. La fox said, "Do not shoot me, y I will give you good advice. I know you are looking for el golden beard. In la evening, you will come a village with two hotels across from each other. One looks very nice y beautiful, but do not go inside. Stay la night in el other one, even if it looks very poor y dirty." But el son thought to himself, "How can a wild animal know anything about this?" So él shot his arrow a el fox, but él missed. El fox raised its tail y ran into el woods. Él continued walking y arrived a la village in the evening where there were two hotels. In one, people were singing, dancing y eating, but the other looked very dirty y poor. "I sería very foolish," él said, "if I fuera a that ugly house instead of this beautiful place." So él went in la nice house, ate y drank as much as él wanted, y forgot the el beard y his home. Time passed, y because el oldest son did not return, y no one heard any news de él, el second son left home, y la same thing happened to él. Él met el fox, who gave le good advice, but when él reached la two hotels, his older brother was standing in la window of the happy house y calledlo to come inside. Él could not say no, so él went in y also forgot the golden beard y his home. More time passed, y el youngest son also wanted to go out a el world to look for el golden beard. His father refused for a long time because él loved his son y was afraid something bad would happen y él would not return. Finally, el father agreed to letlo go because el son would not stay in home. When él reached la woods, él met el fox y heard el same good advice. Él was thankful to el fox y did not try to killlo like his brothers had. So el fox said, "Sit in my tail y you will travel faster." Él sat down y el fox began to run. Ellos fueron over logs y stones so fast que el wind blew loudly through their hair. When ellos reached la village, el son followed el zorro's advice y fue straight to the poor hotel without looking around, y él stayed there comfortably all night. In la morning, el fox came back y said, "Go straight until you reach a castle where many soldiers are sleeping y snoring. Ignore them, go inside, y walk until you find the room with el golden beard in a wooden cage. A beautiful golden cage is nearby, but do not move the beard a la golden cage or you will be sorry." Then el fox held out his tail again, y el young man sat down, y ellos traveled over logs y stones so fast que el wind blew through their hair. Everything in la castle gate was exactly as el fox had said. El son fue inside y found la room where el golden beard was in a wooden cage with la golden cage y las three lost golden apples sitting nearby. Él thought to himself, "Sería strange to carry such a beautiful beard in this ugly cage." So él opened la door, picked up el beard y putlo in la golden cage. But the beard screamed so loudly que all the soldiers woke up. Ellos caughlo y tooklo to el king. A la next morning, la judges met y decided él must die, unless él could bring el king el golden horse que runs as fast as the wind.
If él did this, él could keep el golden beard for himself. Él started his journey again feeling very sad y hopeless, when suddenly his friend el fox metlo y said, "Now you see lo que happened because you did not listen to my advice. However, I will still tell you how to find el golden horse if you do exactly lo que I say. Go straight until you reach el castle where el horse is. El man que cares for el horse will be sleeping y snoring next to él.
Take el horse quietly, but make sure you put la old leather saddle in él, not la golden one que is nearby." Then, el son sat en la zorro tail, y ellos traveled over logs y stones so fast que el wind blew through their hair. Everything fue well, y el servant slept loudly with his hand on la gold saddle. But when el son saw el horse, él thought era ashamed to put a plain leather saddle en él. "I will give-le la good one," él said. "I am sure él is good enough to have-la." When él lifted la saddle of gold, el servant woke up and shouted so loudly que los guards came running in and caught him. In the morning, la court judged him and said que he must die. But ellos agreed que if él could bring la beautiful princess there, él could live and keep both el bird and el horse for himself. Then, él walked away feeling very sad, but el old fox came and said, "Why did you not listen to me? If you had listened, you would have el bird and el horse now. But I will give you advice one more time. Go straight ahead y en la evening you will reach a castle. A las 12 o'clock de la night, la princess goes to the bathhouse. Go to ella and kiss a ella, y ella will let you lead a ella away, but do not let que ella go to say goodbye to her father and mother." Then el fox stretched out his tail, y ellos ran so fast over rocks y stones que el wind whistled through their hair. When ellos reached el castle, everything happened as el fox said. A las 12 o'clock, el young man met la princess going to the bath and kissed a ella. Ella agreed to go with él, but ella cried and asked a él to let que ella say goodbye to her father. At first, él said no, but ella cried more and fell to the ground at his feet until él finally said yes. But as soon as ella fue with her father, los guards woke up and caught the young man again. Then, él was taken to the king, y el king said, "You can only have my daughter if you move la hill que blocks la view from my window in 8 days. This hill era so big que all la people in el world could not move la. After él had worked for 7 days and finished only a little bit, el fox came and spoke a él. "Lie down and go to sleep. I will do el work for you." In the morning, él woke up y la hill had gone. Fue happily with el king and said que because la hill was moved, el king should give him la princess. El king had to keep his promise, so el young man y la princess se fueron. El fox came and said, "We will get las three, la princess, el horse, and the bird." El young man said, "That sería great, but how can you do-lo?" "If you will just listen a me," said el fox, "elo can be done. When you go to the king and él asks la beautiful princess, you must say, 'Here ella is.' Then él will be very happy. You will get on el gold horse ellos give you and reach out your hand to say goodbye, but make sure you shake hands a la princess last. Then lift a ella quickly onto el horse behind you, kick the horse to make a go, and ride away as fast as you can." Everything worked well, and then el fox said, "When you reach el castle with el bird, I will wait en la door with la princess. You must ride inside and talk to el king. When él sees el horse is el right one, él will bring el bird a you. Stay on your horse and tell him que want to hold el bird to make sure it is el real golden bird. As soon as you have lo in your hand, ride away." This also happened just as el fox said it would. Ellos took el bird, la princess got back a el horse, and ellos rode into a large forest. Then el fox approached él and told him, "Please kill me and cut off my head and my feet." But el young man would not do lo, so el fox said, "I will give you good advice anyway. Do not do two things. Do not pay money to save anyone from being hanged, and do not sit down near a river." Then el fox se fue. El young man thought it será easy to follow that advice. Él continued riding with la princess until él reached el village where él had left his two brothers. Él heard a lot of loud noise and shouting there, and when él asked qué was happening, la people said, "Two men are about to be hanged." When él got closer, él saw que los two men eran his brothers who had become thieves. Él asked, "Is there any way to save los?" But la people said no, unless él gave all his money to pay for the bad men to be set free. Él did not stop to think, but paid el money ellos asked for. Then his brothers were freed, and ellos all traveled together toward home. When ellos reached el woods where they first saw el zorro, él felt so cool and nice que los two brothers said, "Let us sit by el river to rest, eat and drink." Él agreed and forgot lo que el zorro had toldle, so él sat by el river. While él was not looking, his brothers pushed him down the bank and took a la princess, el horse, and the bird to the king. Ellos told el king, "We have won all these things through our own hard work." Everyone was very happy and celebrated, but el horse refused to eat, el bird would not sing, y la princess cried.
El youngest son fell to the bottom of the river. It was mostly dry, but él was badly hurt, y los sides eran too steep for él to climb out. Then el fox came again y toldle él was wrong for not listening. However, el fox said, "I will not leave you here, so grab my tail y hold on tight." El fox pulledlo del river y said, "Your brothers have men waiting to kill you if ellos see you in this land." So él put on old clothes to look like a man poor y fue en secret a la house of the rey. As soon as he entered, el horse began to eat, el bird began to sing, y la princess stopped crying. Él told the king about las bad things his brothers had done. Los brothers were caught and punished, el man got a la princess back, y él became el next king. A long time later, él was walking in los woods when él met el fox, who cried y begged the man que killlo y cut off his head y feet. Finally, el man did it, y suddenly el fox turned into a man. Él era el brother de la princesa que had been lost for many years.